So I wanted to talk a little bit about activity books, mostly because right now Self-Publishing Titans is running an offer on having their new activity tools bundle. They have 13 activity and puzzle tools, which are really amazing. And right now they're on sale for $99, and it's a one-time price of $199 if you don't catch this sale. Why is this worth it? And why do I think it's really important and valuable to take a look at this offer and any of the tools that actually Self-Publishing Titan puts out there? We get introduced to lots and lots of tools. And I think what's important to understand is that there's Helium, that's a tool. There's lots of tools that are out there. Self-publishing titans are tools that are created by somebody, Corvin and his wife, who are actual KDP authors. And I think that is the most important and critical point of why these tools are awesome, is because Corvin right here has sold hundreds of thousands of KDP books. So these are tools that he created for himself and his successful business. So he's not just creating tools and selling them on Warrior Plus to make money. He's creating tools that him and his wife use and created for themselves, and then he's turning around and offering you the ones that he's actually tested in the marketplace that he knows actually work. So that is quite a bit of difference. All right. Helium, a tool like Helium, which is a subscription plan, number one, is made for people who sell physical products on Amazon. So it's not even made for KDP authors. And there's tons and tons of other tools that are out there that are made by people that are doing certain things, and some of them are good quality tools. I don't want to mention any names since I'm talking about this particular tool, but I think there is value to be had by a tool or tools that are made by actual people that are successfully selling and very transparent about their journey on KDP. So I'm putting that out there because I think it's important to understand not all tools are created equally. And one reason why I really like to talk about specific kinds of tools is I generally only promote tools that are made by people who actually are successful KDP marketers themselves. So right now, this activity book bundle is on sale, and even if you get it at the full price, there are very big reasons why that one-time price is worth it. One, if you tried to hire somebody to make a book, it would cost you that one-time price to get the book made, because most books would have 50 to 100 pages, and each one of these pages would cost you upwards of $2 to $3 if you want a unique page, and also a solutions page. If you went to Fiverr or someplace else, you're going to get charged by the page for each one of these activity pages. So to get one book would probably cost you close to $200. So by putting down your price, buying the software yourself, means that you have access to the software for yourself to create these books forever. And these books are super popular. I've mentioned it before. I've been promoting activity books for over 5 years. Most people that talk about Amazon KDP haven't even been doing KDP for 5 years. So way back, long before the pandemic, I made my course on activity books because I saw that it was a perpetual market. And why is it great? One, coloring books is great. But now that we have AI in the marketplace, lots of people can make coloring books. So it's creating a situation where even coloring books are getting more saturated than it ever was before. But it's very hard or very challenging to actually get a GPT that will create this wide variety of types of pages, especially for math books, for these mazes and things like that. This has to be hand coded, hand created. You have to input the information to have it come out. Plus, you also have to get it to output the solution page for you as well. So that is what's critical. I don't see activity books being overtaken and overrun like coloring books have been because of AI. So the other thing is when you're looking at activity books, don't let this big number scare you, because the most important thing to understand is that these books, people only buy them once. They don't buy the same book again, and their kid is only, if you're, especially if you're making for kids, their kid's only in first grade for 1 year, and then they need a book for a second grader, and then a third grader, and then a fourth grader. And so that's always been my marketing statement about getting into activity books, is because kids are constantly getting older and they constantly need higher and higher challenges. Every single grade has different requirements for what they need to do for math and for other activities, for spelling and stuff like that. Because these are a higher barrier to entry, because people need to have software to make them, I mean, if you want to go to Creative Fabrica, you're running the risk of purchasing something that somebody else already has. So you're not being unique. The demand is very high, all right? And the opportunity is based on these numbers, but don't let that opportunity number fool you, because again, this is a very robust market. And see, there's only 5 independently published books out of all of these results, because this is hard to get into. I'm going to share an independently published author here with you so that you can see it doesn't have to be challenging and super hard. Once you have the software, you can make something that's just this easy. This book cover is not that hard to make. And when you click into one of his activity books, and this is an independently published author, his numbers are amazing. He's under 100,000 BSR, and again, these are all self-publishing Titan tools that I'm using on this page here. That's giving me my information here. The quick view. This is a free tool right here, free Chrome extension. And then I found this guy. It's giving me this information right here on this page. So this is part of one of the tools. So I know right away. I don't even have to scroll down. I can look at his, this is 30 days, but I can look at, he published this book in 2022, and so I can look at his journey of going up and down and up and down in the BSR, and I can also look at what he was pricing the book at as well. So that's of value to me as well. So the other thing is looking at the A+ content on his page. You can do this. This is not hard to do. He's just basically taken the covers of all his activity books. He's made them very specific to certain niches. He tells you what's in the book: tic-tac-toe, trivia, mazes, coloring pages. So he's made a variety book, and those are the ones that sell the best. And then if you look inside, here's a coloring page. That's simple to make. You don't even need AI to make this. And then he's basically just taken some cute little elements and put them on the page and made some very simple pages. All right, this is geared towards elementary school child, probably first or second grade, maybe even kindergarten. And then he's selling his books underneath. And all the covers are so simple. All right, obviously we're not here to steal from this guy, but I want you to see how simple it is to make an activity book. And when you have quality products like these pages here, then you will be able to make books for all different grade levels. When we're looking at the niche, I'm just on Amazon and I'm typing in activity book, and let's see, this is another self-publishing Titans tool, the Amazon search suggestions. It's telling me the demand. That's something that you're not going to get with the regular expansion tool. Again, this is made by somebody who is a successful KDP author who made this for himself so that he could be successful in his business. And he's sharing these tools and selling these tools. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, with us because he is generous and he really wants other people to succeed in this marketplace. So these colors, they're all color coded, and it tells me how competitive and what the demand is. So I'm not just looking at these numbers. You know, as a beginner, these numbers are very helpful. As you move into your journey and you get more experienced, then you know that these numbers are not just to be taken at face value, and you need to do a deeper dive into all of these different sub niches. But look at all these sub niches I can go into. I can also download all these suggestions into a Excel spreadsheet, and it will give me these numbers with it, so I can sort this data as I'm making my books over time. I can make them for teenagers, and I can make them for teenage girls, then I can make them for mental health. So I can literally systematically go through and make books for each one of these sub niches, especially if I'm focused on making a brand or building a brand in the activity book marketplace. This is invaluable information. So those are some of the things I wanted to share with you. I wanted to mention that these tools are on sale right now. This is March 21st, and this is on sale until I think like the 25th. And then if the price goes up, I'm going to tell you, you couldn't purchase these pages from Fiverr for probably less than $200 if you're making a 100-page book. All right, and if you're going to make a brand, then you want to make sure that you're purchasing original products that allow you to create original pages, not something from Creative Fabrica that 1,000 other people have used and put in their books. So that's where you're going to differentiate yourself. And especially these mazes for letters and stuff like that. Oh, there's just so many wonderful tools here. And Corvin sells a lot of other tools as well. So I have a link down below in the description box. Just make sure you take a look at some of these other tools, especially these KDP resources here for doing your research. You can see just how powerful these tools are to give you information about the books that you're looking at. When I'm on this page right here, this tool right here is right above the book, so I don't even have to go below. I can see right away what the BSR is. Then I hover over the book and it will tell me who the publisher is, and it will give me basically similar information to what's in this box here. The retro view is really special. That's a page. Right, when I clicked on that tool, it generated some more books that I could look that are similar. And again, if you've ever used Helium, this tool is very, very similar to that. It's telling me what keywords this book is ranking for. So especially if I'm running ads, I'd like to know that. It tells me what the estimated search volume for those words are. It's perfect because it means that this is a niche that I would have not even thought about. All right, mazes for kids in the travel niche. So that's something. And then it tells me what the demand and the opportunity are. So invaluable information. And all I did was basically click retro view for the book. So yes, tools are important for research. You can't underestimate the value of going and doing research on Amazon itself, but you have to start somewhere, and especially if you're new to researching or an old school person like myself, I like to see what some of these things are, what these numbers are. I can't do that without some sort of tool. And so tools are meant to be just like a hammer, all right? A hammer helps me build a house. I need lots of other tools to finish building the house, but the hammer is definitely a significant tool that I need to build that house. And so these tools are very much necessary tools in my arsenal to be able to do my successful business. And I've run my successful business for years, and I'm so happy that Corvin has come along and created these kinds of tools. And I know and I can trust them because I know that Corvin is successful. And that's really all I need to know, is that Corvin is successful and he has used these tools himself. So jump on this opportunity, grab some of these tools, and jump on in, and let's help you enter into the world of activity.